That guy, yeah, it's tough to talk and look up the bone all at the same time. This guy came and was surface hit. But I was saying, in these overcast days, these feeds stay up for, see, they're still sipping through the surface. They stay up for a much longer time. You can even get away with a little heavier leader than normal, which is handy if there's blues mixed in. And oftentimes the mediocre weather culls down the boat traffic, so that's, you know, a third bonus here. But, you know, weather is very much a factor with Bonito and Albies. And, you know, certainly wind direction and all that kind of stuff matters. But in this case, it's the overcast, drizzly rain that I like, because these schools are staying up for a very long time. And as you can see, we're the only boat around. You have a lot more time to yourself in these conditions. See how I pointed the rod out to clear the outboard? And that's a tip I noticed worth mentioning from my charter days. A lot of folks get so focused on the fish, they forget their rod angle. So you can, you know, see if you think the fish is going on the water. There's no harm in putting the rod in the water or bowing to clear the engines. See, I'm just keeping it out. I'm just gonna leave this fish to, oh, see how I'm pointing the rod out? Always want to clear the running gear. You don't want any line touching the hull. So you can see that's not a very big Bonito, and he had no problem hitting that surface eraser. And it looks like a big French fry. I'm sort of a vulnerable person around a big French fry, but you know, a lot of folks worry about the surface eraser being too big. It is not. Yes, it's a lot bigger than a typical, you know, the Hoagie epoxy jig lure, which is what we're really well known for. But don't be afraid to use the bigger baits for this. You know, it's not a huge Bonito, and had no problem definitely eating that lure. We might take that one home for the table. Those are the ones I like to keep, ones that I feel like maybe aren't great candidates for release. So we're gonna bleed this fish, get him on ice, and get back at it. So the surface eraser, one of the things I like about the surface eraser is it's the perfect lure to use in a situation where the bite is questionable. You don't know the species, you don't know the bait, they're up, they're down. And so right now, while they're down, I'm fishing this lure fast, creating a little surface commotion to draw them in, to attract them in. I don't know how many fish are here. It's a big school, small school. So the surface eraser also gives me that distance, so I can get the cast in, get the retrieve speeds in, and also fish is slow, so I can slow it down. So it's an excellent troubleshooting lure to sort of crack the code. Now you might refine a lure choice if you find out they're in real small, tiny little anchovies, you might downsize, but it's a great starting point to the equation. And you know, so may not be the lure you use every single time you're fishing for Bonito and Albies, but often it's my first grab, particularly early in the season. Like I said, where I'm just troubleshooting the situation. Like for example, I'm fishing it fast and loud up top right now. I can drop my tip, fish it slow and low like a needlefish, so it's just sort of tracking along. Or like what I call a soft bait retrieve, with twitch, twitch, pause, twitch, twitch, pause. This is sort of zipping around like a soft stick bait. So it's 3 lures in one. Fish it fast, fish it slow, gives you the range. Then also, last but not least, the leader factor, where the lure is longer than average. It's still skinny, so it's not a huge presentation. It's a leader and a lure built into one. So if you do get a small yellow-eyed friend, AKA a bluefish, you have a very solid shot at not getting bitten off and losing a nice lure like this surface eraser. So here's a cool little trick. Instead of casting over the boat, which is dangerous, I do what's called the lacrosse cast. I rotate my arms, same cast, and just fire it out. Super simple, easy. I'm on a charter boat now. Usually it's filled with people. That's a handy little move to not hook your friends while fishing, or hit a T-top, or hit another rod in the rod holder. So this would be a normal cast, dangerous, lures going through the boat. There's radar, lures, everything. So you go down, rotate. See, I just crossed my arms over, same thing. My normal position, I'm crossing my arms over, then firing to those fish. Now, that lure was never once inside the boat. I always start with the amber, partly because it's a natural bait. Looks like a squid, certainly an anchovy too, but it's just a very natural color. But once I determine what they're actually foraging on, I'll filter into the colors. And so when we cut up that bonito, we saw lots of peanut bunker in his belly. And I put the olive on, 2 twitches, thing just exploded on it, and here we are. It's hooked in the belly. I'm just gonna pop him off real quick. There he goes. It's amazing the difference, the attention we're getting switching to the olive. So we're working the system, starting with the attractor, cracking the code, figuring out what they're eating, and now it's just automatic. So this is topwater bonito fishing in textbook fashion.
Horrible release. Horrible.
That's what I call the outer cape release. Back in Falmouth, we do it proper.